Everybody, it is your boy Sean Alami. I hope wherever you are, you're having a wonderful day. Here I am making a video about the new iPhone 13 Pro. And to be honest with you, I like this phone way too much to just make a video in my own city. So I brought you guys to one of my favorite cities. So without further ado, I present to you, check it out. So if you thought I'm coming to Paris, taking pictures of some normal stuff, you were wrong, my friend. I actually contacted one of the most talented yoga instructors in Paris, and his name is Anselon. I hope I get his name right. And we're gonna take pictures together. We're gonna compare a professional camera with the iPhone 13 Pro. Let's get to it. Let's see what it looks like. I'm putting Anselon to work. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good.
You feeling okay?
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm putting him through all these crazy poses and I'm asking him to hold it. He's doing a wonderful job. So I specifically went to Paris to put the iPhone 13 Pro into tests, and for 3 days straight, I tested the hell out of this iPhone. And one of the things I did, I made a short 2-minute film shot entirely on the cinematic mode of the iPhone 13 Pro. You can check it out here in this link. And I also made a video talking about how you can use it and benefit from it if you're not a professional cinematographer. I will also leave a link for you up here, and I will put those links in the description so you can check them out. And now I'm making a photography comparison video between the ProRes RAW of the iPhone 13 Pro and a Pro DSLR camera that costs around 6,000–7,000 euros. And as you saw, I went through some daylight scenarios in Paris with my friend Anselon, and I got some pictures that I want to go through them with you together, and I want to see if we can guess them right. But I also asked my Instagram followers to guess which one is which. But first, let's look at them together. I'll give you a couple seconds, and after that, I will show you what my Instagram followers guessed. Now let's look at the first option over here. Can you guess which one's which? 3, 2, 1. I can't tell if you guessed it right or not, but let's look at what my Instagram followers said. Now most of them got this one right. But let's have a look at these pictures at 400%. And you can see the Canon on the right does not have that crazy sharpness going on that you get from the computation software of the iPhone. And the details in general, in my opinion, when you look at them this close, they look just much better. But if you just look at them like that, I think in my opinion, it's really hard to tell. I don't know, I really like it. But let's look at the next picture. All right, this is actually one of my favorites. Let's see if you can get it right. Which one is which? 3, 2, and here we go. Now let's look at what Instagram said. This was kind of a 50-50 situation going on over here. 50% of them kind of could not guess which one is which. Now let's look at them close up one more time. As you can see, the sharpness situation is still going on. But one thing that the iPhone does great is that this computation software observes the exposure of the sky and it matches it automatically inside the phone to your subject. But with the Canon RAW or any other RAW, in most cases, you would need to adjust the sky in Lightroom. And last but not least, this picture right here. Let's see if you can get it right. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. And let's see what Instagram said on this picture. Almost another 50-50 situation. Now I can't obviously tell if you guessed it right or not, but according to what my Instagram followers said, they're saying they're pretty damn close, the two pictures between the two cameras. Now both cameras, they were shooting RAW, and with the iPhone I was using the wide lens for the most part, which was 26mm with the f1.6 aperture, which shoots in 12 megapixel. And for the Canon 5D, I was staying around the same focal length and the aperture was about 2.8. and it shot at 22 megapixels. So on paper there's not that much difference, except the Canon is a full frame sensor and it shoots almost the double amount in megapixels. And the results are, according to most people, pretty damn similar, wouldn't you say? Now if you're a photographer, I assume you've always been shooting RAW, and I use this camera for my professional work because I can connect all my lenses, I can use it to trigger my high speed lights, and it has been able to deliver the quality that my clients require for the past few years. And now I got a phone that shoots RAW and the pictures look pretty damn close to what a professional camera does. So the question I ask is, am I going to use this phone for my work just because it shoots RAW and the pictures look pretty damn good? And the answer to that is absolutely not. Let me go through some of the reasons why I say that. First and foremost, I need to look professional when I'm at work. If a client's paying me, I can't really show up with a phone and start taking pictures. It would look ridiculous. They would not be happy that they're paying me a bunch of money. It's just not an ideal thing to do. But that's not the main reason. I can't really connect my high-speed lights and triggers to this phone if I'm making a photography, which in most cases I'm always using my speed lights. But even more important than that, I can't really connect my lenses to this phone. So I think it's a little too early to be asking that question if this iPhone is ready to replace our Pro gear. This is still a huge step forward, because if you're not delivering high-end commercial pictures to your clients, let's say you create content for your social media on a regular day basis, then you don't necessarily need to buy an extra camera to do your work. And let's talk about some of the things that I really like about the iPhone Apple ProRAW. It shoots RAW, which gives you the ability to control your highlights, contain the details in your shadows, which is amazing. This is something that we were not able to do before. You don't need to carry a camera plus lenses at all times. You don't need to dump the pictures on your computer from an SD card, which saves you a lot of time. The computation software does most of the editing for you inside the phone, keeping the sky exposure balance with the overall image. Very nice and impressive natural skin tones in most light conditions, and all of that inside this phone. And now you have the option to just airdrop your photos from the phone to the computer if you have a Mac, on a Google Drive, perhaps if you're using a Windows, for example, and bring everything to Lightroom. If you know how to work with Lightroom, there's no other place like Lightroom where you can manipulate the heck out of an image. But for some reason, when you bring these Apple ProRAWs, DNGs into Lightroom, they go dark right away. But that's no problem, because we can fix that since they are RAW. If you don't feel the need to bring them into a professional photo editing software like Lightroom or Photoshop, then you can keep it in your phone and use the editing apps like VSCO or Focus or many more. So all in all, my opinion on the iPhone shooting RAW is simply very positive. This is definitely a step forward. Still got a few years more to go for us photographers to want to start feeling scared if we should get rid of our Pro gear. But I am thankful that we live in times like this where we have access to technology where our phones can produce pictures as good as a professional camera. And the good thing is that we are just at the beginning of it all. Now if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like this. See you next time.